Welcome to the West Virginia Teacher of the Year and School Service Personnel Celebration. My name is Carla Warren, and I serve as the Director of the Office of Educator Development and Support at the West Virginia Department of Education.
And I'm Mindy Marshall, Director of Adult Education with the Department of Education. Dr. Warren and I have co-chaired this year's event and are honored to join you this evening for our 2021 Virtual School of the Year, Teacher of the Year, and Service Personnel of the Year celebration.
Everything looks a little different this year due to COVID-19. And although we have to celebrate our finalists and our county winners virtually this year, please know that this is one of the most honored occasions at the West Virginia Department of Education. We're going to start this evening by welcoming a student from Winfield High School in Putnam County, Tyler McGough, as we honor our country with the singing of the national anthem.
Hi, I'm Tyler McGough, and I'm from Winfield High School, and I'm in the 9th grade. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
In 2010, the West Virginia Board of Education established the Service Personnel of the Year annual award to recognize outstanding school service personnel employees, including aides, bus drivers, cooks, custodians, maintenance workers, secretaries, office workers, and other school service personnel who best exemplify the qualities of an outstanding employee and contributes to their communities. This program honors individuals who have demonstrated exceptional skill and dedication in the performance of their jobs, earning them respect and admiration of students, teachers, administrators, co-workers, and parents. What makes a successful school service personnel candidate? We have so many examples, especially this year, to share. These men and women rose to the occasion during the pandemic, from meal preparation and delivery to adding levels of support for our children through phone calls and home visits. Our school service personnel have played a critical role this year. The process is very similar for the Teacher of the Year candidates. 5 finalists have been selected by a state panel. Likewise, they also earn county honors. We will introduce you to our county winners, and we'll take a special look at teacher and school service personnel winners a little later.
Each year, the West Virginia Department of Education selects one teacher to represent our state on the state and national level to vie for National Teacher of the Year. This teacher represents the vital role that teachers play in our state and our nation, and this teacher demonstrates an exceptional commitment to the students they serve and to the profession. The Teacher of the Year program provides a platform for exceptional teachers to inform policy and practice, for exceptional teachers to elevate issues that are important to teachers and their students, and to grow their own leadership capacity. We know our role as educators is important because we're preparing the next generation for our workforce. But we also know on a pragmatic level, particularly in West Virginia, that education can lift many of our students out of poverty, and we want to spur all of our students on to success in their career and their personal lives. The Teacher of the Year program in West Virginia starts by asking counties to select a local county teacher of the year and submit that to a state competition every year. Those applications and candidates are vetted by a review committee that is made up of stakeholders from across the state. 5 finalists are chosen from this committee, and then we whittle that down to 1 state winner of the year after a rigorous interview process. And I have to say that our 5 finalists are outstanding, and any one of them will represent our state proudly.
But first, we are pleased to bring you greetings from Governor Jim Justice. The governor is unable to join us in person, but he wanted to still be a part of this occasion. As a true champion of education, Governor Justice is a coach and a teacher and values the important role our teachers and service personnel play in the lives of our children. We are pleased to welcome him tonight.
Hello, everyone. I'm Governor Jim Justice. What a night you're having tonight. It's an incredible night and everything. I congratulate you in every way. The 2021, Teacher of the Year and Service Personnel of the Year. It's an incredible night. I'm not going to tell you because I really don't know who the winners are, but I know the 5 finalists. And so in each category, I congratulate them in every way and thank them for so much that they're doing, and all of these finalists are without question superstars. And naturally, I wish I were with you. And I wish that we didn't have to do this from a virtual standpoint. All of us know what this pandemic has done to all of us. Now, I congratulate you in another way, too. I congratulate you all on being heroes in so many ways. You're going into our classrooms. You're with our kids that you know need you so badly. And absolutely, whether you're in the kitchen and you're one of our cooks, or you're one of our maintenance people, or you're one of our bus drivers, or whether you're one of our great teachers that are in the classroom, we thank you. We thank you from the very, very bottom of all of our hearts for your courage, for how much you're giving to our West Virginia great kids in every way, and how much you're giving to our communities. I'm a real believer that the school is the heart of all of our communities. And absolutely, you see that. And you see that our communities rally around the school in so many, many events and so many times of the year. So I can never thank you enough. And as we go forward, again, whether it be the national competition for our Teacher of the Year, or we absolutely go forward in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I thank you. I thank you again, just from the bottom of my heart. And I congratulate you for all the great work you're doing. And I absolutely wish so much that I could be with you tonight. But again, I thank you, I congratulate you, and all my love to all the efforts that you make each and every day for the great children of this state. God bless each and every one of you, and thank you again.
Thank you, Governor Justice. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to West Virginia Board of Education President Miller Hall. A lifelong educator from Raleigh County, President Hall has spent most of his life advocating for teachers and students. He is a former assistant superintendent in Raleigh County and principal of Woodrow Wilson High School. Mr. Hall has served his community in a number of roles, including coach, mentor, and motivational speaker. He joins us tonight to honor our teachers and service personnel.
Good evening. I'm so pleased to be here with you to perform one of my favorite duties as board president, to celebrate our educators and service personnel. The men and women that we are celebrating tonight are the core of education. No one is more creative, insightful, knowledgeable, resilient, resourceful, and committed to the students of West Virginia. I say it often, and I mean it. Our teachers and our service personnel are the heartbeat of the school system. You have been on your post since the pandemic began. I am in awe of how you have returned to the schools this year to make sure the needs of our students are met. It is not easy, but things rarely are. There are many things that are uncertain these days, but one thing is guaranteed. Our teachers and our school service personnel will continue to meet the demands of our profession because they have a heart for the students in our communities. Your names are the ones that students will remember well into their adult years because of the difference you have made in their lives. Your lessons are the ones they retain that help them decide on the careers they will pursue one day. Your faces are the ones they are branded in their minds that give them comfort and security. Your words of encouragement and reassurance are ones that echoes in their ears. My friends, you are the ones that continue to make a difference to our children, and for that I am thankful. So tonight, on behalf of the West Virginia Board of Education, I say that we are so honored to be part of this occasion and to offer congratulations to all of you, from the county winners to our finalists. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, President Hall. When we realized that we wouldn't be able to hold our face-to-face celebration this year like we've done in previous years, Superintendent Birch charged us with designing and developing an engaging virtual ceremony that would bring honor to you, our finalists and county winners. We knew that this would be difficult because the pandemic has changed our lives day after day after day. So tonight, we hope that we have the opportunity to let you know that you are the heroes of education and that we appreciate what you are doing in the trenches. Superintendent Birch has served over the state school system since February of this year. Only a week into his tenure, the pandemic hit the state, and he began to steer our school system through very challenging circumstances. He has more than 25 years of teaching and educational leadership experience with a significant focus on early childhood education and was instrumental in West Virginia's launch of universal pre-K for 4-year-olds. At this time, it's my privilege to introduce to you the 32nd Superintendent of Schools, Clayton Birch.
Thank you, Dr. Warren and Ms. Marshall. You actually have taken this charge, and I'm a little taken back how special a virtual celebration could be. You've done an excellent, excellent job. And, you know, listening to Governor Justice and our President Miller Hall, anytime you can listen to those two gentlemen talk about teachers, education, service, it's quite touching. So thank you for being here. And we want to say good evening, first and foremost, to everybody joining us live. Hopefully folks are tuning in. We have our school service personnel and our Teacher of the Year finalists that are joining us. We've got our county winners. And I want to take a second. They're going to actually show our school service personnel finalists are joining us live tonight. And I think we have a shot at them. There they are, all 5 of them. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I got one wave. There's 2 waves. There they are. It's a little awkward, isn't it?
Good evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening. Also, I believe that we have all 5 of our Teacher of the Year finalists joining us live tonight also. There they are. Good evening, all of you. Great. So I know others will be joining us, former winners that are tuning in, our county superintendents that are just so proud of all of the county Teacher of the Years, and of course those that have finalists, and our principals and county Board of Education members, our state Board of Education members that couldn't be here live. I'm so blessed to be on Team West Virginia, and I think that's where I want to start off this evening, was talking about team. The 5 Teacher of the Year finalists got to spend a little bit of time. We carved out some time yesterday for them to spend with me, and It's interesting because oftentimes during the pandemic, you feel sometimes like you're alone, and you feel sometimes like there's just so much that you're looking forward. It's always uphill, always uphill, always uphill. But I'll tell you, from February when I took over the job, a week later the pandemic hit. A few weeks later, on March 13th, Governor Justice was forced to close schools. We went into complete crisis mode, triage. We knew we were going to take care of our children, and every one of us stepped up. We made sure they were fed. We made sure they were engaged. We did everything we could to make sure there was one caring adult looking out for those children. And folks have asked over the months, this pandemic went on through the summer, it's gone on through the start of the school year, and they say, how do you keep your energy up? And I tend to have a lot of energy, and the folks around me know that. Well, the reason is because of the people that are around me. When you're around, whether it be our governor, our state board members, the folks at the Department of Education, spend any amount of time with our county superintendents, talk to the principals, it is just so invigorating how much energy they have for children. And then we get to spend this special time and reflect on Service Personnel of the Year and Teacher of the Year. And I will tell you, the hour that I had with the 5 finalists yesterday might have been the brightest spot I've had in quite some time. They were unbelievable. So last night in preparing, I knew, and I think everybody here knows, that I was going to come out and I was going to talk about one caring adult, and I was going to talk about everything we've all had to step up and do during a year that there's nobody that could have planned for this. We continue to hear there's no playbook, there's no script, and to actually step back and think about what each one of you have had to do, what each one of you have had to sacrifice in your own lives to take care of our children of the state of West Virginia is absolutely amazing. And there's stories that I think about all the way back to the beginning of the pandemic, whether it be the first month when we were trying to make sure that every child in the state was fed, and hearing a bus driver talk about making the routes and knowing the children on their bus routes so well that they know and knew of a couple boys that weren't coming out to get their meals, and knew that they better come around that block a second or third time and maybe check on them to make sure they were getting fed. And then to hear about a superintendent in one of our counties who had to take a phone call from a very, very young girl who said, I'm calling to make sure what time the meals will be there for me, because this may be the only meal I get today. To the teachers who were making house calls, making phone calls throughout the week to just touch base with our children. It's absolutely takes my breath away what you've had to do over the last 6 to 7 months during this time period. And for us to come up with a system in the state of West Virginia to re-enter school, to know that we wanted to come back and we knew we needed our children back, the 5 finalists last night reminded me just exactly why it was so important to fight so hard to get back into school on September 8th. They spent an hour of the entire time talking about their children. And I walked away thinking, there's the one caring adult. And for the folks in the room, I know there's not many of us here, but for those of you on TV, I think these 10 finalists, the 5 Teacher of the Years, the 5 Service Personnel of the Year, they are absolutely the epitome of the team that I want to be on. And that's Team West Virginia. These are folks that have stepped up and just, they have absolutely shined their light on this state and what education means to this state. I just couldn't be prouder. And, you know, we wonder sometimes, this is such a tough job. We know that we have a shortage of school nurses. We're always trying to find more people that want to come in and drive our buses and take care of our children, whether it be whether you're a custodian or a cafeteria worker, or whether you're a secretary, whether you're a teacher. We're always looking for folks to come into our field, and sometimes you have to step back and go, wow, this is really, really hard work. This is really difficult to say that during, you know, even this time of a pandemic, but let's go back a year ago. You know, a year ago in August, before school year started in 2019, we were talking about being a state in crisis. We were talking about one caring adult a year ago. We were talking about the number of children in foster care. We were talking about the number of children in poverty. We were talking about the opioid crisis in the state of West Virginia. And what our teachers and service personnel do each and every day to support those children. And to watch you and see you do that on top of dealing with a pandemic, It's just unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. My hat's off to you, and again, I couldn't be prouder. We've seen innovation. We've seen special notes put on mailboxes and when it went out. We've seen extra runs being made for bus stops that I talked about earlier. We've seen children who needed anything from clothes to any type of support. Our teachers and service personnel step forward. We've seen time given up away from our own families to take care of West Virginia's children. Extra phone calls. Just unbelievable caring adults. I've seen such greatness in the last 6 months from the state of West Virginia, and what you do, it's quite humbling. And I say that with all sincerity. So to our finalists that are here tonight with us, it has been it's been one heck of a year, and I know you would agree with me, and the folks last night did. You have touched the lives of so many children and families, and keeping that connection to the schools has been so important to our families in West Virginia. Please continue to do what you do. This year's been unlike anything any of us ever knew it would be like, and it has been an absolute privilege for me to sit here as a state superintendent and know that that I get to be on the same team as you, and you are definitely what makes this team a winner. Again, congratulations to all of you. So it's now my pleasure to share with you a snapshot, first and foremost, of our dedicated School Service Personnel of the Year finalists. Thank you.
I had previously worked at a high school, or one of the local high schools here, and I enjoyed that a lot. I worked with a lot of the seniors, especially the last year I was there in the counseling department, but I needed to do something different. I had worked there for 8 years, and I just wanted to expand. And when the job came open at the transportation center, I wanted to try my hand at that and see what it was like.
I was a parent volunteer when my children started school. I kind of went to school most days that my son did. Dragged my little girl with me every day, and I helped out that secretary and volunteered for the teachers and things and helped with them. And as my children moved up through the school system, school secretaries are like, why are you doing this for volunteer work? Can you not go take that secretary test and get paid for what you're doing? So that's what I did.
I started out 20 years ago when my youngest child entered kindergarten as a parent volunteer. When she got into second grade, the teacher said, you know, why don't you come on board and just become an employee here?
There's so many dealing with substance abuse, not only the students, but their families, alcohol abuse. There's grandparents raising their grandchildren, not sure of the technology that we're using in this day and time, struggling just to put meals on the table.
The biggest issues, I believe, probably is making sure, you know, we get to those kids, especially here in Gilmer, back up the back roads, and they come to school to get fed. They come to school to see their friends. They come to school, you know, to have a safe place.
You know, West Virginia, we have an opioid crisis. And so we're now getting those kids into the school. So we've got a lot of children who we're going to have to meet their academic, emotional, physical needs.
I continue to work each day. I've not missed since we left that day on March 13th. I continue to pay our employees and make sure that we had all of our staff paid, and they wasn't missing on those opportunities for the jobs that they were doing, even though they were not in our schools.
We needed to get together a program to feed all of these students in the county. We weren't sure how long it was going to last. So at first we decided to do it daily. I took charge of getting all the transportation together. I found locations, kind of made up a schedule that I thought would work. We had buses. I believe at that time we had 9 or 10 buses running.
It was like I became the go-to person for our classroom. So I prepared packages, educational packages for kindergarten through 5th grade. Also had to help with dispersal of the iPads when that was Ready?
I began helping the cafeteria staff in preparing the take-home meals. And at that time, we were getting on the buses and actually taking them to their homes.
Oh, those hills, beautiful hills. How I love those West Virginia hills. That's probably enough.
Because we do, it's a program called Go Noodle. We do a lot of songs in school. And so my favorite song right now, probably Baby Shark.
You want to sing it for us?
No, no.
So I've been at this 40 years and I still love it, but I think that would be quite a reward for doing all of this work.
Very grateful to my peers and my colleagues, my work family for noticing my dedication. I've not been one to ever be able to publicly speak about myself. So this recognition is very meaningful. To hear the people's thoughts about the quality of work that I do.
Worth County is a rural and somewhat poor county. And I think I could just be an example that if you work hard and love your job, it won't go unnoticed. But I'm proud to work at Worth County High School and proud to be a Tiger.
We have so enjoyed getting to know our 5 finalists. We also spent time with last year's School Personnel of the Year winner from Cabell County, Mr. Lionel Hope Jr., who concludes his year with this special message.
My wife. I was retired. I've retired for 31 years. She came home one day. She said, "Honey, guess what I did today?" Well, when she used the word honey, I knew I was in trouble. So I said, "Well, what?" "I signed you up to work in the school system." I said, "You did what?" "Yeah, I signed you up because you enjoy working with kids in the school system." I said, "Well, okay, I'll give it a try." And I've been here ever since. I tried it and I like it. And I enjoy coming in here every day. I enjoy communicating with these kids, whether they're in my kindergarten class or whether they're in the 5th grade. They talk to me all the time and I'll talk to them. I'll stop them and talk to them. And it seems to pay off, like these kids in Walmart and the restaurants, they remember that. And most of them I never had in class. But I make it a point to talk to kids, especially when I see that there's something that's not quite right, they're sad or something. I try to communicate with them and try to get them to feel relaxed, tell me their problems, and I see what I can do. I try to teach each and every kid that I come in contact with to never give up, never give up. Keep on trying, never give up, and things will work out for them. Pay attention to the children. Pay attention to their demeanor. Pay attention to their frowns, their laughter, their smiles. Try to connect. Get them to trust you. And you'll learn a lot by just listening to them. Never cut them off. When they talk to me, I let them finish. I don't comment one way. I let them finish and get it out. And it makes a great relationship between you and the child. And it works. It works. Like these kids in Walmart talk. They're not even in my classroom, but I see them in the hall, they talk. And I'll stop and I'll talk. And they remember that. They remember my name. People, since I received this award, a lady stopped me in the store and said, "I saw you in the paper. I want my kid to be in your kindergarten class. You do wonderful work." Well, I wasn't looking for that. I just do with my heart. I work through my heart. I like to work behind the scenes. That's me. I'm not looking for any spotlight. I want the kids to have the spotlight. The staff and the principal, Ms. Harmon of Highland Elementary School, this school here, have been very supportive. I had no idea that they were watching me do my job. I had no idea. I was completely shocked when they put my name in for these awards. I had no idea what to do. I didn't know what to say. I was speechless. But I was doing things and thought that nobody really paid any attention, but they were. They were. I found out that they were because I won 2 awards. And I would have never dreamed that this would have happened. And as long as I live here on this earth, I will never forget it. I have been on cloud 9 for about a year. And it is now time for me to fasten my seatbelt and come in for a landing. And hope that the next year's winner will enjoy the experiences that I have.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jim Fawcett, president of Highmark, West Virginia. While we were unable to physically be together for this important event today, I'm so happy we could be with you virtually. Highmark, West Virginia congratulates all nominees. This is our 20th consecutive year, having started this in 2001. Congratulations to this year's Teacher of the Year. I look forward to meeting you in person, and it's with great pleasure to let you know that we'll be presenting you with a check for $5,000 this January. This award is your reward for being our state's top teacher. So we want to congratulate you, all of the teachers, and we wish everyone a happy, healthy, and productive school year. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Srini Matan. I'm the president of Toyota Motor Manufacturing, West Virginia. First, I'd like to say that we're proud to be such long-running supporters of this program. We appreciate the work all our educators do for the students of West Virginia. Each county teacher of the year should be proud to have been recognized for the incredible work you do. Your passion for your career is noticed by your students, their families, your fellow educators, your community, and many more. We're thinking of you especially now where nothing is standard and planning is nearly impossible. We support you in this time, and we know you're enriching students' lives every day. On behalf of our employees at Toyota West Virginia, I congratulate the 2021 Teacher of the Year. What an honor that you should be incredibly proud of. I'd like to virtually present you this certificate, which states that the Toyota West Virginia would like to provide you with a brand new 2021 Toyota vehicle to drive throughout the year as you represent our state in your new role. Congratulations.
Our sponsors are such an important part of this program. We will be hearing from more of them in just a moment. This evening, we are sharing with you photos of our County Teacher of the Year and Service Personnel of the Year winners. These will be in alphabetical order by county. Let's take a look at the first group of them now.
an avid runner, a musician, a marketing specialist, a STEAM interventionist, and a woman to watch. These are some of the words that describe our 5 finalists for the 2021 West Virginia Teacher of the Year. I've had the privilege of getting to know these individuals over the past several months, and it's my privilege to be their colleague in education. Let's take a moment and get to know these finalists a little better now.
If I have to pinpoint it, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. I watched my teacher's every move. I would go home, play school with the neighborhood friends. I was always the teacher, didn't matter whose house we were at.
I quite literally was called into this profession. I was at the beach with my family on vacation. At the time, I was a public relations and marketing manager. So when I got this call, we did some soul searching, and I had talked to my boss at the time, and he had told me that I would light the world on fire if I had ever found a match. So he thought it would be a perfect fit for me, and my husband supported the idea, so I became a business teacher.
The people and the mentors when I was a student created a sense of confidence for myself in school. They personally influenced me. They were devoted in teaching me perseverance. They created equal opportunities for me in their classrooms. I believe it was their caring and wisdom that gave me a place in this world.
I love the close-knit community in West Virginia. We have the best students, the most supportive parents and colleagues, and I can't imagine teaching anywhere else.
There's so many amazing people out there that create things, that do things, and just because where you're from and the stereotypes that other people have with this area does not define you.
In the district where I work, my students are my neighbors, and many of their parents are my friends. We're together at school and church and sports practices. So yeah, my 3rd favorite thing is that celebrity status.
I feel that we need to actively recruit our young people into this profession. We can start by telling them how valuable their skills and having a global mindset is.
Each of us that have decided that we were going to be teachers chose a profession of service. So Martin Luther King said, "Not everyone can be famous, but everyone can be great, because greatness is determined by service."
If you love building relationships, collaborating, being creative, going to a job that is new and exciting every day, and having the opportunity to change the world, then teaching is for you.
I can kill a house plant in less than a week. As teachers, we can do bathroom breaks just once a day, so I feel like that's a talent.
I decided about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, that I wanted to learn an instrument, and since then I've been taking lessons and I've been practicing and playing the banjo.
Da 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 da.
When you're in a little room and you're working on something good, but if it's really good, you're going to need a bigger room. And when you're in a bigger room, you might not know what to do. You might have to think of how you got started sitting in the little room. That's it. I'm done.
Rah Rah Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen.
I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. I really like it when she hits that that really high note. Want to feel the heat with somebody? Really, really, really high note. That's a good one for weddings.
Alive Right Now by Brad Paisley. I think it really resonates with what everyone's going through right now. And he talks about these may not be perfect times, but I'm glad that I'm alive right now.
I believe by filling our students' cups, the Teacher of the Year can fill the cups of students until they run over. And then we too can enjoy having our cups filled.
It would also mean that Moorfield High School and our faculty and staff, and even Hardy County Schools, are onto something really special, because it truly takes a village to build student success, and that's what we're all about.
I know God is using me in Upshur County to not only teach and reach our students and families, but also to encourage and uplift and celebrate and help my coworkers build upon their strengths.
As Teacher of the Year, I would love to have the opportunity to collaborate and learn from educators all over the state.
Our 2020 Teacher of the Year, Jennifer Schwartzfeger, had so many plans as the ambassador to West Virginia teachers this past year. But as with most things, the pandemic changed those plans. But although her plans were altered and she wasn't able to travel to all 55 counties as she originally had planned, Jennifer still made an impact on education in West Virginia. She strives to create access and equity for all students. She's been an encourager to our teachers in the trenches these past months, and she inspires others to come into the teaching profession as a second career like she did. Jennifer joins us this evening to say a few farewell words as the 2020 Teacher of the Year.
It's a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak before you today to celebrate this important event. Congratulations to all the 2021 West Virginia County Teachers and Service Personnel of the Year. Today we celebrate you as a group of outstanding teachers and staff. You have been selected by your counties to represent the best of the best, and you absolutely deserve that recognition. I would like to begin by thanking the West Virginia Department of Education, the West Virginia Board of Education, and the Teacher of the Year sponsors for their continued support of this program. I have appreciated every day serving as your 2020 representative. 1 year ago, after Dr. Payne called me to the stage, I remarked during my acceptance speech, 2020 is a number of perfectly clear vision, and I wanted nothing more than to share a renewed vision of what we as school employees could do to improve our students' lives. So many of them are touched by the opioid crisis. Our foster care system is overwhelmed, many are homeless, and others experience trauma. All of these factors affect their behaviors and achievement in school. For some, their futures may be in jeopardy. There are so many problems that strike our students from multiple fronts, it's difficult to know where and how to start fixing them. As Teacher of the Year, I plan to visit every county and state and share my vision with as many students, teachers, and staff as possible. My clear vision became cloudy pretty quick. The year did not unfold as I planned, but I did my best to keep focus on 3 goals. Goal 1, to encourage school staff to make the relationships with students central to their work. Our actions speak to our character. Our words are powerful, and we need to choose them carefully for good. Without that two-way relationship of trust and respect, our classrooms will never evolve to the level where deep learning, understanding, and appreciation of the content takes place. Educators need to make a genuine effort to understand the circumstances our students face from their point of view, and then have the courage to speak up and function as advocates of students in need. Second goal, to promote the idea our educational system needs to focus on equity and access for all. Students need to make an active role in their own education and take responsibility for that outcome. We should hold high expectations for all students, regardless of their ability level, socioeconomic background, cultural or racial differences. Access to knowledge should have no barriers. The lack of student and teacher access to technology was exposed during school closure, and I'm hopeful improvements will be made soon. Last, I wanted to focus on improving teacher recruitment and retention in our state. It is my hope individuals who are part of the educational system find their true passion for serving students. Understanding their vital role changes lives. You have been recognized for your outstanding commitment to excellence in education. So I ask you to use your voice to inspire others to follow your lead. This time calls for a different type of leadership. Be a voice of reflection and insight. Dive in, share your story, and immerse yourself in promoting our profession to young people. Continue to read, research, listen, seek, and ask questions of those who have come before you and those who will follow after you. In February, prior to the COVID-19 shutdown, I had the chance to meet my 2020 cohort of National Teachers of the Year during a week-long retreat at Google headquarters in California. We experienced professional learning unlike any other. We were asked to do serious, deep reflective self-evaluation of our identities as teachers and of human beings. One of the main takeaways from those lessons was learning how to pivot when events take an unexpected turn. I believe we are doing that quite well in West Virginia. It was so impressive to watch how everyone came together in the time of crisis to serve our students. Leadership at the state, county, and school levels has done an amazing job making sure our students were cared for by providing meals, supplies, and technology tools to keep them connected. School staff received support to allow learning to carry on without interruption. So thank you for your dedication and your service to your communities and students. In a recent interview, Samuel Eto'o, a world-famous soccer player, said, "2020 has been a year like no other in our lifetime." I think we can all agree with him. The historical events of this year have changed us and our society. They have exposed our strengths and weaknesses. As many people around the world struggle with anxiety of the unknown, the one place that people look toward for security and direction are public schools. Serving as West Virginia Teacher of the Year has changed me forever, personally and professionally. I see our educational world in a much broader perspective. So I'm proud to announce that I have accepted a position at the West Virginia Department of Education as the Science Coordinator for middle and high schools. I'm excited to begin my new journey working with science educators across the state to offer our students the best learning experiences possible. Congratulations again on your amazing honors and accomplishments. I am proud to serve alongside you. I wish you all the best as you progress through this challenging school year, but I'm filled with faith and hope, knowing West Virginia has the best teachers and staff working together as one team to inspire our students to reach their full potential. Thank you.
We recognize the West Virginia Lottery for its continued support of our Teacher of the Year program. The lottery is providing a $300 grant for classroom supplies for each County Teacher of the Year winner. As a long-term sponsor and partner, the West Virginia Department of Education extends its gratitude for the West Virginia Lottery's support of this program and other education initiatives in our state.
Hi, my name is Denise Poole, and I'm here to proudly represent the Horace Mann Insurance Companies. Horace Mann is a company that was founded by educators for educators, and we are proud to have been a sponsor of both of these wonderful events for a number of years. Right now, I would just like to take this time to congratulate all of the county winners for the service personnel and all of the county winners for the Teacher of the Year. I know that all of you have worked very hard to try to get up to this point, and we just want to congratulate each of you for your hard work and your dedication to our kids of West Virginia.
There are still more special individuals that we want you to meet, so let's continue with introductions of our county winners.
Congratulations on becoming a finalist for the West Virginia School Service Personnel of the Year. One of you will be chosen as the state winner, but each of you are really winners. I have always said that service personnel are the backbone of the education system, and I still believe that today. As I join with my colleagues with the State Board of Education and the West Virginia Department of Education under Superintendent Birch, thank you for your dedication, for your expertise, and thank you for serving the children of West Virginia.
Again, we are so grateful to our sponsors for their participation. This year's School Service Personnel winner receives $2,000 from Horace Mann Insurance Group, a 2-night stay at Pipestem Resort State Park, sponsored by West Virginia State Parks, $500 award and gifts from West Virginia School Service Personnel Association, a glass sun catcher sponsored by Blanco, West Virginia School Service Personnel of the Year state winner lighted desk plaque designed and made by Ohio County Wheeling Park High School, and an iPad from the West Virginia Department of Education. Well, it is now time to reveal our 2021 West Virginia School Service Personnel of the Year winner, and we bring Superintendent Birch and President Miller Hall back to announce this year's winner.
Thank you, Ms. Marshall, and I just can't thank Joe White enough. Joe has been just a great friend during this time, and I believe, President Hall, I don't think either one of us, we don't know who's in that envelope.
No, I don't.
No. So we're going to ask, actually, if we'll bring all of the finalists back up on the screen. And I just want to say one more time to all of you, I just appreciate all the hard work you've done. You are absolutely the best of the best. You're representing the entire state, as far as I'm concerned, those one caring adults for what you do. And I just want you to know that President Hall here in a second is going to open up that envelope, and we're going to do it live and announce the winner. And apparently, I'd really like to know where I'm traveling tomorrow, because I'm going to meet Joe White, and we're actually going to drive tomorrow to wherever this winner is, and we will show up live to present the awards. So, President Hall, I think it's time.
It's time for the drum roll. There's everybody. It's time for the drum roll, and the winner is. Oh, let me get it out. Let me get it out. Expense, and the winner is Susan Kirkpatrick, Gilmer County. Teacher of the Year. Service Person of the Year, Susie Kirkpatrick, Gilmer County.
Congratulations, Susie. Now you're muted, so we're going to have to figure out how to get you unmuted here. Oh, we got you. There you are.
Okay. Thank you. Let me set it back up on my little can. I'm at football practice with Gilmer County Titan football team. I'm the trainer, and they're all excited.
Oh, Susie, I'm watching you, and you just seem so excited. And it was interesting. President Hall just looked over at me and said, "Did she just say football practice?" And yes, sir, she's at football practice. So Susie, just real quick, can you just tell us a little bit about being, named the Service Personnel of the Year and how you feel?
I'm very, very honored. I've worked really hard on the life. I love the kids. I love this job. I love driving school bus. I love doing everything with the kids. I don't know what else to say. I do love my job.
Well, now, Susie,
every single day, I love my job.
Your application is amazing, and I'll tell you, the folks here know that listening to your stories, and I get to see the bios. Do I understand correctly, Susie, that during the pandemic, you're actually one of the bus drivers that were driving meals around and actually picking up the phone to make sure those children got meals in Gilmer County?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of the kids, I go up 5 different back roads, and I mean, really, some of these kids coming to school is a blessing for them because that's when they get to see people, and and that's how I check on kids. So if I don't see them out, then yeah, sometimes I even go up to the door and knock on the door whenever they're missing for a couple of days to make sure everything's all right if they need anything. We're very, very rural here, so we have to take care of each other, and we do.
Well, Susie, we're headed. Joe White and I are headed that way tomorrow, and I cannot wait to meet you in person. And all those folks there behind you at football practice need to be so proud of you. And I hope Gilmer can. Oh, we're so proud of you. Congratulations, Susie.
Thank you.
And now it's time to announce the 2021 West Virginia Teacher of the Year. This individual will take their tenure on January 1st of 2021. And in addition to the Horace Mann generous donation of $5,000, the West Virginia Teacher of the Year will also receive a $5,000 donation from Highmark, West Virginia, a $300 classroom grant for classroom supplies from the West Virginia Lottery, a new Toyota vehicle to drive during their tenure as West Virginia Teacher of the Year, a Blinko sun catcher, and they will also receive a Surface Pro and keyboard, as well as a new Dell computer provided by the West Virginia Department of Education to use in their classroom. And now let's welcome back Superintendent Birch and President Miller Hall for the announcement of the 2021 West Virginia Teacher of the Year.
Thank you, Dr. Warren. So I do realize that apparently I am driving to Gilmer County tomorrow, President Hall, and I'm kind of interested to see where else this truck's going. So our Teachers of the Year at the county level, as well as a finalist, I'll reiterate, as I said, with the Service Personnel of the Year, amazing year, and what you've done during a year such as this is just so impressive. We appreciate your dedication, your willingness to sacrifice your time, your energy for the children of West Virginia. So I'm going to ask if we can bring up the 5 finalists again one more time. There they all are. So Gilmer County, we will go see Susie, and I will also be traveling tomorrow to one of these 5 counties. So President Hall, I think it's time.
Okay, Superintendent Birch. This year's West Virginia Teacher of the Year winner is Aaron Anderson, Tenderton Elementary School, Upshur County.
Now, Aaron, you're going to have to turn mute off. Come on.
Wow.
Wow. There you go. Aaron, congratulations. We're going to turn the floor over to you for a few words from you as the new Teacher of the Year.
Excuse my tears, I'm going to talk through them. Wow. My daughter's sitting here crying beside me too. Oh, I think I'm a lot like most teachers. I like to plan and organize. I love when a lesson goes planned. I like to laminate and decorate. I put off grading papers that are hard to grade. I like it when I can get through a whole lesson without someone asking me to go to the bathroom. I sometimes have students that I just can't reach, and I've been known to roll my eyes in a staff meeting. I like staff development. Just kidding. I like Pinterest and Teachers Pay Teachers and asking the teacher across the hall for advice. I like old school, and pandemic school is growing on me. I've been thinking about this moment and what sets me apart. And I couldn't come up with anything by myself because I'm pretty ordinary. So I've been listening to my friends and coworkers and family and what they say about me. Apparently my kids love me, and I sure do love them. Even the tough classes, especially the tough classes. My friends say I'm motivating and patient. My coworkers say, I hope you win. Because you represent real teachers, you're gonna win. My family says you deserve this, and my mom says it's about time. My former students say that my room smells good and brings back good memories. My former teachers say they're proud of me. My God says use your voice, so I'm going to, even though it's cracking right now. I am so proud to be the 2021 Teacher of the Year for West Virginia. I will be an ambassador for real teachers. This is unbelievable. Thank you to my support system, past and present, in attendance tonight, and listening from home. My watch is going crazy. I know you guys are texting me. I will get to you, I promise. I love my family. I love my rock star friends. I love my coworkers. Thank you to the Teacher of the Year program for believing in me. Let's do this.
Aaron, congratulations. And, you know, they gave me a bio here as President Hall read the winner. And I'll tell you something. I'm going to go ahead and lay that to the side. I don't think I really need it. Spending time with you and your four other finalists yesterday was, it was really important for what we do. It meant a lot to me. Your passion, I think we can all feel it. We can tell it. I think you've touched President Hall and I both. Apparently, I'm also driving to Upshur County tomorrow. So, Aaron, I'm going to ask you just one more question, if you don't mind. You play such a key role in the children's lives there in Upshur County. You represent your county well, you represent the state well, and I have no doubt that the folks that selected you as the finalist and as ultimately the winner feel you're going to represent West Virginia very, very well. You're definitely that one caring adult. You show the passion for your children. But one thing I noticed speaking to you yesterday, along with your colleagues, each one of you, the entire hour, not one time really indicated much to me about how hard the pandemic was. You never really talked of the struggles. I did not hear anything about anything other than how much it meant to you to be back with your students. And I'm just asking for the audience if you could maybe just, for one more statement, talk a little bit about September 8th and what it meant coming back after being gone for 5 months from those children.
I felt like I was me again. I talked yesterday with you about the identity that teachers have, and we needed our people in front of us. And when we got our people in front of us, our school was just this bright, shining spot. I'm sure we could see it from satellites that our teachers were on. Our kids were so excited. They had their little masks on. They were just so thankful to be in school. We didn't have to fight parents out the door. They were like, take them. And they were just so excited. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know how I can even express how excited they were to be there that first day.
Well, Aaron, I'm going to probably steal a term from you that you used yesterday, and I think Susie Kirkpatrick, all of her the finalists for Service Personnel of the Year, and your colleagues that were finalists, you used a sense of identity. And we as teachers, we in the education field, and that identity of serving West Virginia and serving children. And, without those children there in front of us, you begin to feel like you're losing that identity a bit, and boy, do you all make me feel great yesterday. So, Aaron, on behalf of the West Virginia Department of Ed and the Board of Education, congratulations again. So, before we close, I want to thank everyone. There are so many folks that goes into helping us put this together. Mindy Marshall, Brenda Freed, Carla Warren, again, you guys have completely outdone yourself, bringing this as a joint partnership for Service Personnel of the Year, Teacher of the Year. I think what a great year to do that when we work together hand in hand to take care of our children during this pandemic. And I can't thank you enough on behalf of the Department of Education, the Board of Education. There's also those that help go through the applications. Thank you. There's the county system that whether you're a nominee or you're a principal or you're a superintendent or a supervisor, all the work and time you take out to nominate and really have the passion to see that through and see these finalists through, getting them through this process. It's been a year like no other. And again, I'll reiterate what our service personnel and our teachers do each and every day. It is absolutely amazing, amazing work. So on behalf of the Department of Education and the Board of Education, thank you so much for a wonderful night. Good night.